I met a gypsy.
We could be looking at a West Coast champion from the Sunshine Coast and an East Coast champion from the Sunshine Coast. Like, especially with Colt going out on the weekend, Hunter coming from, like, he was 12th the first lap, but like he was basically third last when he went into the first turn. And then I think Jet is probably the favorite on the East. So it's like, dude, we could literally be looking at two Aussie US, like AMA champs. Like, really, 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 we could be looking at that.
That's pretty awesome. So I can't wait. And I hope the best for both those boys. And, you know, hopefully the path is nice and smooth and they keep themselves without injuries and then, you know, jump into the 450 class and, you know.
Wreck shop.
Oh, it'd be unreal. I really can't wait.
So what do you see from each of those boys that you like and maybe dislike?
Not a lot to dislike. I would say for Jet, he needs to not get involved with those little, like I said, they might have little feuds.
Because he
and
does
things
like that. It seems like he enjoys it.
It's good, but
Hey,
at the same
I'm the
time,
kind of guy
it
that
lost
likes
him a
it too.
championship.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but don't get involved with it. It is not worth it. Yeah, it might make you feel pretty good one week when it works for you, and then next week he literally puts you over a berm, you got a broken arm, and it's like, maybe it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
So it's that whole thing. I don't care if you like it. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Just
Again, business.
business.
Yeah.
When you're that much faster than everybody as well, stop getting in the little pathetic fights. If you make friends in the class rather than enemies, no one's going to want to clean you out.
Yeah.
But if you make enemies, everybody you overtake is going to be trying to put you over that berm, and it's not worth it. I mean, the FIM doesn't penalise anything by the seam of it in Supercross.
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally get away with anything, and I don't see how that's right. I know that people love a bit of bashing and all the rest of it, but if you're going to be smarter than everybody else, and you have to be, stay out of those little petty battles. You know, you can always make strong passes. You don't need to make those dirty ones where they're going to get you back. There's always a return serve, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah, that's so true. And as a general thing with Jet, like, are you seeing a potential superstar? Like, who was that chick that was there on the weekend?
Sarah Cameron, like the Outer Banks.
Yeah, was that? So there was some chick that Jet was with that had like 12 million followers, and then the dude that she was like, what's she, like an actress or something? Yeah, like an actress, and then the dude that she was with is like another celebrity kind of guy, like, and then he's like want to bring in those people to A1, and like, it's so hard. And this is what me and him spoke about on the podcast, is like, okay, I want you to be that guy. I want you to be the dude that puts the sport on his back and says like, all right, I'll fucking take all the heat that I'm gonna get for being a celebrity and blah, 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 and all that. I've got this ego and I think I can do this. And I think, okay, cool. Well, it's going to take a little bit of that. But then it's also, that's almost got to be like a facade, like a character that you play. And then you've got to know it's a character. Mm-hmm. And then you've got to be able to like literally park that dude in the garage and then be the guy that is the humble guy with his family and is, you know, not better than anybody else. Like, so, I mean, are you looking at Jet like he can be that superstar guy? Like, he's got the personality, he's got the like the on the bike side of it.
I think so, but at the same time, he's 17, 18.
Yeah.
Trying to split those and essentially having a split personality at a young age. No, he just needs to focus on racing.
Yeah.
It's this whole thing of, you know, you can go around and try and create something at such a young age, but then what if you don't make it because you didn't tick all the boxes and line everything up correctly? You were worried about things that you didn't need to. Just get on with racing, go and win some championships first, then you can do all that stuff. Yeah. Plenty of time for that afterwards to bring everybody in. But if you're trying to bring everybody in and then basically completely flop, then that's not going to look real good, you know. Just takes a bit of concentration away, and it's something that I was actually quite surprised. I went to, it was a couple of years ago now, to the Monster Energy Cup.
Yeah.
And I found so many of the Supercross riders were out at a party the night before. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Then, you know, they go and crash that next night and say it's unlucky. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a bad decision.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of thing, you know, you get drawn into that industry a bit too much where it's all about, you know, what you're doing and how you're looking. Then you're just one of these fun-loving, you know, sweet guys that isn't putting the work in. You need to make sure you put the work in. And as long as you're not making any mistakes and that's not taking away from your results, by all means.
Yeah.
But for me, especially as a young rider, you need to go out, get those results first, prove your worth, and then you can sort of move on from there. But you know, both the Lawrence brothers have immense talent. We've got Hunter, who, you know, I feel like, I don't know them personally, I feel like he's a bit more of the hard worker and a bit more methodical. He's going to work his ass off, and he could be the one you got to watch out for. It's a bit like Villapoto in the lights class compared to Alessi. Alessi kicked his ass all the way, and then you get up, and Villapoto is one of the greatest of all time. So you've got to look at sort of those aspects, and you got to watch out for the dark horses that are going to be in the shadows working and lurking, rather than the guys that are in the limelight.
Yeah.
Try not to ride that limelight too much, especially when you're young.
And I think with Hunter too, there's a lot to overcome for him because of the attention for Jet. And, you know, like I know that Darren and Emma would say that Jet had the luxury of seeing all the mistakes they made with Hunter in a sense, and then Jet kind of just like got to ride the coattails in a way. But I think now there's probably like this dip that would have happened. This is just me, like, I don't know this for a fact at all, but this is just how I would see the situation. Like, there probably is a dip that takes place in Hunter's like mental when he gets injured. Jet's crazy on the ride, on the rise, and then there's all this like kind of fanfare about him, and that I could see that being a dip. But I really feel like, especially with the rider A1, that you're seeing a guy that just fully put all that shit to bed in his own mind. Like, he kind of got through a bit of that slump and is now just like so fucking down to get it done, because I feel like there would be a lot to overcome as like the older brother watching the younger brother do what he did, you know. Like, I feel like that is something that you, regardless of what you said, that would be something to work through. But the fact that you work through that, I think that's going to make him like a really, like a stronger dude going forward.
I think we can look at it almost in the way that, you know, Ricky Carmichael had to work his ass off, train harder than probably everybody out there to get his results. And it might be the same way that every heartache and everything you go through makes you stronger. As long as you don't literally fall off and let it affect you and all that, it only makes you stronger. It makes you deal with things. It makes you more resistant, resilient. So for Hunter, I can see that only being a benefit for him. As much as, you know, it might be hard. I haven't had, you know, a little brother. I can't sit there and say what it was going to be like. But if I was Hunter, I would enjoy the fact that I'm not getting the attention.
Yeah.
Fly under the radar, work my ass off. Then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's going to be a massive added bonus for Hunter to do it this way. To sit back like that, basically, and like I said, just go to work, worry about his own thing, not get involved with all the rest of it. It's the biggest thing I can basically say for young riders is just don't get involved with all the hype, basically.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's very hard, number one, to deal with. Number two, it takes away from what you want. And you need to ask yourself what you want.
Yeah.
And if it's to win races, then go win races.
Yeah.
If it's to be famous, then go be famous.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out what you want and then basically do your job accordingly.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.